Hey guys, welcome back to the Beyond the Game podcast. My name is Jess Crowe and I'm joined here today by Indian cricketer Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep, how's it going?
Really well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me about the special topic about the UCL draws. So it'll be very interesting to talk about.
No, thank you for joining me. And as you perfectly just said, we're not talking cricket today. We're doing something slightly different and talking all things the Champions League preview. So take me right back to the start, Kuldeep, firstly. Where did your love for football come from?
For me, I remember watching 2006 World Cup, and that incident happened in semi-final against France versus Italy. So I think that was a final or semi-final, and Zidane. Uh, I don't know the name. I don't know the player name. But he hit that guy in that semi-final game, especially in the first half of the game. So from there, I started following. I obviously, after that, watching Barcelona play a lot better football in that era, and yeah, and then watching the legend of the game, Messi and Iniesta, Xavi. Growing up watching all those players in Barcelona games. So yeah, from there onwards, I started picking the football, and I really enjoyed watching football games. Not only few teams games, but whenever I get the opportunity to watch Premier League, La Liga, when I'm free, probably watch all the games.
Brilliant. And who is your Champions League team and how well do you think they'll do this year?
uh, Last year we knocked out uh, in semi-final against Inter. The Barcelona is my team. I grew up watching them because of the playing style, the way they play football. Very interesting football. Before it was like always possession-based football. Now, if you see Barcelona play under Hansi Flick, you watch Barcelona is totally different team. In terms of possession or attacking in final third or creating space. So watching Barcelona is like you watching the best team in the world, and yeah, obviously they like to score goals, but they also concede goals, and which is very rare. Especially in a couple of years before that, you see Barcelona hardly concede a lot more goals because they hold the ball for the longer period of time in the game. So if you watch now, they play open game, they try to create space, and that's what Hansi Flick is doing. And obviously we were lacking physical fitness when Xavi was there, but after when Hansi Flick signed for Barcelona, then everything changed because of the training style, the way they train. So yeah, I mean, interesting to watch, and obviously Premier League is very interesting. And Barcelona is my team, and I support Liverpool as well. Liverpool in Premier League. These are the two teams which I love watching them play.
Great stuff. And now let's touch on that final then from last season. PSG beat Inter Milan 5-0. That's PSG's first Champions League title as well. What did you make of that dominance?
No, I thought Inter were a good team, but they made a mistake against PSG because PSG was similar to Barcelona playing style. They like to hold the ball, and obviously their midfield is so good. If you see Vitinha, John Neves, and then Fabian Ruiz, they are so good with the ball. They control the game, and obviously they got good wingers as well. So Inter try try to press them very hard, especially in first 20 minutes. They when and they scored couple of goals in first 20 minutes. Then the game was over for them. So I thought probably they could have hold a bit more for like first 20-30 minutes. Then you could have watched the different game in the final. Obviously, I think they tried to press really hard against PSG, and that opened the game for PSG.
And after the season Inter had then last year, were you quite shocked by their collapse in the final?
Yes, I was expecting they're gonna play a very good final. I thought they can beat PSG because they played really well against Barcelona, and obviously, yeah, I was expecting I expected to play better football from Inter in the final, but that couldn't happen. And after that, the Inzaghi is gone, so most of the players are not. Obviously, they have the main players, but the manager is changed. Things are totally different at the moment for them.
Yeah, and as we say, obviously, this is the first Champions League title for PSG last season. What do you think that it was that just finally clicked for them?
I personally feel they got a very good manager, and if you see Luis Enrique playing style is similar to what we play in Barcelona. Try to hold the ball for a longer period of time, and all the if you see there's the all the wingers are like very very good in defensive work rate. You see or the Dembele or Desiree Dui, they like to try like to sit back and then go forward, and obviously they have both the wingers, like obviously the winger they've got both the fullbacks are like very very good. Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, they got pace and they overlap most of the time, so it becomes very easy to counter attack when PSG plays. And uh, and I think the midfield is amazing. They have the best midfield, and I believe Vitinha, Joe Neves, and Fabian Ruiz control the game very well for PSG. So yeah, I mean that's the plus point, and obviously the structure they built in last couple of years is so beautiful to watch them play.
Yeah, and now looking at the lineup this season, then we've got some very strong teams, the likes of Real Madrid are back, Man City, Bayern Munich, PSG again. Who's looking most dangerous to you?
I think I don't think there's no dangerous team in the UCL competition, because you can't just predict one winner. But if you look at the teams at the moment, because of their bench strength, I would say Arsenal got a very good team, and I'm sure they will do really well this year because they have unbelievable bench strength, and I'm hoping that they play better football this year.
Yeah, hopefully. And let's touch on Real Madrid then. 15 Champions League titles. That's A, crazy, and B, more than
Yeah.
any other team. What would you think makes them so strong?
Um, they are the rivals, so I can't say much about Real Madrid. They are the team to beat. But obviously the history is unbelievable, and whosoever joined for Real Madrid, he entered that culture of Real Madrid. Winning trophies in big competition, and fighting for the team, not to give up most of the time, and that where they are so good in that. And obviously the players they have, they hardly have the academies player. You won't see any academies player in Real Madrid. They try to buy best player, and obviously those are like big names in world football, and they try to grab them, and that's where they make a good team. And obviously the culture is so rich there, so you expect them to perform really well in competitions like UCL and La Liga, and yeah, that's the plus point. And obviously now they got Zabi Alonso, who's a really good manager, and he done really well in Leverkusen, and even in few games for Real Madrid, he's doing really well. So you can't just underestimate them, because they have the team and they got few good players this season.
Yeah, 100%. And now we've got some big matchups coming up in the first round as well. The likes of Real Madrid v Liverpool, PSG v Barca, and Bayern Munich as well. Are there any in particular that you're looking forward to or particularly looking forward to watching?
For me, I think watching Barcelona in St James Park, that'll be good game for me, and I'm really excited for Barcelona Newcastle game. That's the game I really want to watch, and because of the playing style the Newcastle plays, but it's just unbelievable, and and the atmosphere at St James Park, that'll be crazy. I remember last year PSU went there and they were like 4-0 down against Newcastle. So that's how it is. That's how tough it is to perform in St James Park, and so I'm hoping that. I'm hoping that Barca come up good against them, and yeah, they got some few really good games. Liverpool versus Real Madrid at Anfield. Then Bayern versus PSG, I guess. And then Arsenal versus Bayern. There are a few unbelievable games, and yeah, and one more game I'm really looking forward is Marseille versus Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. So obviously Barcelona got a good like a medium fixture. If you compare to other fixtures, if you see PSG fixture is it's actually a bit tough if you compare to other teams. But yeah, they have because we probably play 8 games and 8 different teams, so this competition become very tough, and so yeah, it's gonna be very challenging. But at the same time, you will see a lot of good games.
Yeah,
But don't underestimate the small teams. Teams like Villarreal, Tottenham is gonna be really good in Champions League because they got a good signing, and Thomas Frank, I believe he's a world class manager. So I'm hoping they it's gonna be very good UCL for them.
definitely. And now moving across the UK then to Manchester, Man City, of course, did the treble in 2023. They've now obviously lost a strong player in Jack Grealish to Everton. But do you think they could have a comeback this year?
Yes. I mean, they got some good players this season as well. Reinder, Cherky, Savinho, Oscar Bob started playing. He started in a couple of games. Then for me, I think it's gonna be really important how Foden plays in City team. Because he's someone who can give assist or score goals for City. Otherwise, if he didn't feature in most of the game, then they're gonna struggle a lot. So and Rodri is coming back from injury, Nico Gonzalez, and they got some pretty good teams, but obviously the only concern which I feel is the defense line, because they don't have that much experience in defense, because Ruben Diaz and Stones pairing is okay, but they don't have that pace to stop Liverpool or Real Madrid. If you can say that those if some teams have got the pace in attacking a lineup, then they're gonna struggle a lot. So that's where they struggle against City, because versus Tottenham, because Kudus and Brendan Johnson and then Richarlison, they were so good against the City. They were struggling because they just can't match the pace of wingers. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I believe they'll have a good season in UCL, and obviously Pep is someone who's really good in managing the players. So I'm sure he'll do
Yeah,
something special.
definitely. Well, we'll have to see. Okay, now we've spoken about the teams, but let's move on to the player side of things. We've discussed your love for Barcelona and Liverpool, but who are some of your all-time favourite Champions League players?
Champions League player. I mean, I just can't say that I like few players in Champions League, but yeah, obviously, Champions League player. I mean, I can't just say one player because
Let's go
because
top three. Three, make it
top
easier.
three. If I have to put top three, I'll put Messi on number one, and I'll put Harry Kane as well. He has been really good. Not in UCL, but I'll put him a good player who performed very well in whatever he opportunity he got. But then if you talk about me in Champions League, I'll put Messi, Lewandowski, and then obviously Ronaldo. He has been the scoring machine. So these are top three players for me. But if you ask me who's my favorite player, so I would definitely say Neymar. He's my boy. So I grew up watching him play when he was playing for Santos, and then he moved to Barcelona. He was unbelievable, and then he moves to PSG, where he got a lot of injuries over there. But whenever he got the opportunity, whenever he stepped on the field, he was lovely to watch. So for me, he's someone I'll really rate him a high. Close to Messi, I would say probably Messi and Neymar are the player if you watch them play.
Yeah, very common answers, I'm sure, as well. And now, who do you think will shock us this season and be performing well?
Okay. Ooh, then I have to think. I have to go by team wise. Shock. I think uh, uh, I have a high expectations from Tottenham Spurs. They can shock us, and Borussia Dortmund as well. They have a good team. So, but yeah, but we are watching. We are watching the teams from pot one, but we don't know about the top pot three and pot four teams. Even Napoli as well. They got a very good team. Inter is someone who always come up top on most of the occasions because they're gonna play semi-final, quarter-final easily, and they have the team to go forward. So you can't just predict one team, but I think I'll place my bet on Tottenham Spurs. They got a good team this year.
Great stuff. And okay, then I'm hearing a lot of talk about Desiree Doué, 20 years old, playing for PSG already. What are your thoughts on him?
He's a good player. He likes to play like Neymar, so which is very interesting to watch him play. And I think the plus point about him is he's not afraid to take on the defenders. So if the winger is trying to take on the defenders, then he obviously he's becoming a great player. He's going in that direction. If you watch Lamine Yamal nowadays, he just try to take on the defenders, and that's where I felt that Jack Grealish struggled in Manchester City. He wasn't that player to take on the defenders. So that's the minus point for Jack Grealish. But yeah, Desiree Doué is someone who likes to take on the defenders. Rafael Leo from AC Milan is similar to that guy. So they are like to take on the defenders. Then that's where they create the chances and they create the space for himself, and they try to cross the ball to striker who's playing at number nine. So probably there's a lot of chances of goals coming. So that's what I feel, and he's a very good talented player, and he's been working with Luis Enrique for like a couple of years. I'm sure he'll do really well for PSG. But it is gonna be very interesting. This year gonna be very interesting for PSG because they are playing some tough games. So let's see.
No, definitely. And what about Jude Bellingham then? 22, absolute powerhouse, dominates the midfield. What are your thoughts on him?
Uh, Jude Bellingham, yeah, he's a good player, but yeah, I mean, because there
Five
is no.
points again.
But if you compare to any other midfielders, he's a good player. He's a very hardworking player. He likes to carry the team, carry that Real Madrid team. Last year did the same thing. It's just there was no one when Tony Cruz wasn't there. So last year there was no one to carry the team, and he was doing all the dirty job for the team. Just tackling, trying to sneeze the ball from the defenders or midfielders and try to hold the ball for a longer period of time and everything. And now he got injured for like maybe next 1 month he's gonna come back. So, but yeah, he's a good player. He's a very hardworking player. He's a good talent, and I'm sure he'll do really well for Real Madrid. And obviously, I personally believe that they need to sign one midfielder who can hold the ball and who's very good with the ball, and then Jude Bellingham role becomes very easy. So that's where they are lacking at the moment. I'm sure they try to figure out who's that midfielder.
Absolutely. And are there any players that you think might struggle this season?
So, you just said that who's gonna struggle this season.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you can't just predict any particular player who's gonna struggle. It depends on the team performance as well. How the team is playing. But if you look at Manchester United at the moment, everyone is struggling. Cunha, Sesko, everyone is struggling. It just depend on how team is performing, and how balanced is team, and how they are playing as a collective unit. So I mean, it's very difficult to predict because most of the teams are like very very good in tactics wise. But yeah, I mean, let's see how it goes. I can't say that who's gonna struggle. Maybe Rashford gonna struggle in Barcelona playing style. So that'll be interesting to watch. But yeah, the because the manager they have, Hansi Flick, he's so good with the work rate amongst the players. So I'm sure he'll figure it out how to use Rashford. So I won't say that people will struggle, but I think it depends on the team how they are playing as a team.
Very good point. Okay, now let's talk Champions League final then. 36 teams all fighting for a spot in the top two in the final. Now, without thinking realistically, who do you want to be at that final?
Barcelona, straight away
And
Barcelona. I want Barcelona to win the league. Man, they got the players, and they got the playing style, and last year they have shown what they are capable of. And 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 they are like they got the same players which played the last season as well. There's hardly any changes in the squad. Only the difference probably in the center back. Inigo is not there, so maybe Araujo will come there. Gonna pair with Kubarsi. So there's only one change, I think. But yeah, obviously in the semi-final last year against Inter, we don't have Balde, we don't have Kunde, and we were struggling. So it's very important. The defense line should be fixed. Like they need to be get proper fitness line. And I want them to fully fit for this season. And then I'm hoping that they can achieve this year. But yeah, I mean, uh, teams like Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, Man City, Real Madrid. You just don't know who's gonna come there at top four. So if I have to choose top four, I'll probably choose Barcelona, Liverpool, Arsenal, and then I'll choose PSG.
great takes. Okay, and now do you have any wild takes for this year's Champions League, like Newcastle making the semis or Haaland not scoring a goal, anything like that?
Uh, I don't know, man. I probably think that this year, I think Napoli can succeed in Champions League because they have a very good team, and obviously De Bruyne is there, so they got the leader who can lead the team, and they got few more signings. So I'm hoping that they'll perform really well in this season.
Yeah, okay. And now the all important question. I think I already know the answer to this, but who's winning the Champions League?
I'll definitely say, well, Barcelona. I want them to win because it's been a long, we won in 2015 last time when Neymar was there, and after that, we haven't got the taste of Champions League. And last year we were very close, but I think we got a team to win this time. So I'm hoping Barcelona. I'm expecting, and I'm 100% sure that they're gonna win.
Okay, well there we go. What a good take. I'm with you. I'll be supporting Barcelona all the way as well. I'll be on your side.
So, but by the way, what's your team? Like, what team you support?
Do you know what? I actually came prepared for this question. I'm not going to say one particular team because I don't want to be biased,
No, no,
But
that's
I
fine. That's
but I think in a final,
Leicester.
either Barcelona Real Madrid would be a good match, rivalry and all that,
Okay.
or City Real Madrid. I want to see City have a comeback.
Okay, fair enough. But I personally believe that if you look at the bench strength of the teams, Arsenal got a very good. If Liverpool sign Isak, That'll be crazy, that'll be crazy. Then I'll be saying that okay, Barcelona and Liverpool have a chance to win the Champions League, because because obviously we don't have especially in Liverpool, they don't have the defense. We were struggling in defense line, and if they sign Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace, then they'll be like good in defense wise. Otherwise, we're gonna struggle a lot in not in UCL, but we're gonna struggle in Premier League. So we are very bad in defending any set pieces, any whatever, because we're doing a lot of spaces. So it depends. But yeah, if I have to choose couple of teams, then I'll choose Barcelona, Liverpool. But yeah, as you said, Real Madrid and City, they got a very good teams, and it's a long tournament. We never know if anyone got injured, then becomes very difficult for teams to come back. Because injuries obviously kill the momentum for the team and the hope as well.
100%. Well, great stuff. Courtney, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And hopefully we see Barcelona lifting that trophy next year.
Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely to chat about the football games. So obviously, I love talking about the games, not in UCL, and all the general questions, and probably watching Premier League and then watching La Liga is totally different thing. If you watch football, it's totally different. And if you watch, if you watch the United game versus Burnley, it was unbelievable. So games like this, you just watch the game and say, "Wow, what a lovely sport it is." And yeah, you just watch, you want to watch the game and enjoy the game. So it's so beautiful to watch. And Premier League especially, it's very 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 interesting, especially this year, because teams are having unbelievable depth in their squad lineup. So let's see. But yeah,
100%.
so it was lovely chatting about UCL. I'm hoping that we have a good season, and it's gonna start from St James Park. That'll be crazy. That'll be crazy.
Definitely. Well, it was great hearing your abundance of knowledge. You absolutely blew me away.
Thank you so much. Thank you.